How you doing, fam? This is that voice. This is indeed that voice crying out in the wilderness. It's me again, and yes, I'm back. Um, I just wanted to jump on here real quickly. I know I probably say that every time I come, but I did want it to be quick. I just drove 6 hours to get back to Covington from a trip that the wife and I took to Eastern Washington. We went to a desert resort, spent a week there. This place called Sun Lake Parks. It's almost like camping out in the Grand Canyon. It was something similar to that. And it was hot, hot, hot. Anywhere from 95 to 100 plus. And in between that trip, where we spent a week in Miami, and then we took a week off, and then we spent last week in the desert. I mean, I have just cooked. I've turned about 3 shades darker. I have cooked like a honey baked ham. But I did want to come on because in the desert, I couldn't get a signal. Couldn't get emails, couldn't text, couldn't get phone calls. There was just absolutely no signals, no bars in that desert. So we just got back about an hour ago, and I had a chance to catch up on some of the current events. But what I really wanted to tell you is the update that I received from the Lord the Friday after the debate. I know I came on here that Tuesday and I was telling everyone, it's a big quake, it's a big quake, it's a big quake, it's a big quake. And quite naturally, I went to the hysteria there. It's just like, oh my God, what is he talking about? And quite naturally, the big quake was, everyone probably was thinking earthquake, and so was I. Even said it, and I even asked him that in the encounter. Now I don't have control of the questions that I asked him in an encounter, but that was one of the questions that I asked him inside the encounter, and I think that was deliberate, because I think I asked him like twice, "Are you referring to an earthquake?" And he never would say, "Yes, I'm referring to an earthquake." He only would say, "Prepare yourself for the quake. You don't have much time. Prepare yourself for the quake." And I because I even suggested in the encounter too, should I make a video on one of the people? And he said to me, "You don't have enough time to make a video." Well, I did come home and make a video. I made that video on that, I think it was that Tuesday, and the debate happened that Thursday. And then Friday morning is when I got up, and all the news coverage was talking about how Biden flopped and how he needed to be replaced. And as I'm standing there watching that, that's when God spoke to me and said, "This is the quake. This is the quake." And so we left town, and I haven't had time to make a video. Didn't even if I wanted to make a video, I couldn't even get a signal. I couldn't even receive a call in the desert. So now that I'm back, I want to let you guys know that is the quake. And since I've been back, I've had an opportunity to watch some of the news broadcasts that I missed. And it seems like some of the members of his own party wants Biden to step down. It's like, whoa. And come to think of it, I wasn't even going to watch the debate. My wife wanted to watch it. That's the only reason I watched it, because she wanted to. Because I thought it was a straight joke. I mean, oh my God, I thought it was a straight joke. And I thought nothing of it. And then the next morning, God speaks to me and said, "This is the quake." And I don't think we're done with it. I think there's more to come, because it's going to be like a fallout, because now they're talking about looking for Biden's replacement, and now Biden is resisting. So this is not only going to impact America, but this is going to impact countries all around the world if they replace Biden with someone else. Let me say this. God has spoken to me about this election, and at the time he was speaking to me about the election and some of the candidates, it didn't make any sense, because I was like, that would never happen. But now that this has happened, and I'm connecting the dots, I'm not going to say exactly what that is or who I saw, But it's making a lot of sense now. And if I said it on this platform, I'm going to get that smoke. Oh my God, I'm going to get some smoke. But remember, I'm just a voice crying out in the wilderness. I'm just a mouthpiece. He tells me something. He shows me something. I come on this platform and I tell you, I don't have an opinion. I'm giving his opinion. I'm telling you what he says. This is not something that Frankie is making up or Frankie is saying, I don't have a dog in the fight. I speak for him. I only speak for him. If he's not saying it, I'm not going to try and wing it. I'm just going to say, this is what God's told me. And now some of the dreams I've had earlier concerning the election are now starting to make sense. So, but yeah, I did want to come on and I did want to say that God spoke to me that Friday morning after the debate and told me that this was the quake. And so, and now we're seeing now, a week or two later, now the fallout. And some people who may pop up as a candidate, as his replacement, might surprise you. Some people are going to feel double crossed. Some people might even feel betrayed because they won't be chosen. The person who you think will be chosen probably won't be chosen. And the person who you think won't be chosen probably will be chosen. If I can connect some of the dots with some of the dreams I've had. Let me say this. If God is speaking to me about the election, that means he has a preference. He has a preference. And so if we're going to honor Christ, then once we find out who that preference is, then we have to honor him with our choice. We have to honor him with the way we vote. I'm just saying, don't bring the smoke to me. I'm just telling you what he tells me. This is what he tells me, so this is what I'm telling you. So he has a choice. And America has decided that America has chosen the direction that it wants to go. And the Father has something to say about that. And so he's speaking through different mediums, he's speaking through different prophets and sources and saying, tell my people this. This is the decision or the decree that I've made over America, and this is the decision that I've made for America, and this is the direction that I want America to go. So he's that voice crying out in the wilderness. So he did. So he said that to me, that this is the quake and this is the aftermath of the quake, and it's ongoing, and we haven't seen the end of it yet. There's probably more to come. But he said it was going to be a big quake, meaning it's going to shake. It was going to shake. It's going to shake the masses. It's going to shake the country, and it's also going to shake surrounding countries, neighboring countries. It's going to be a mass shaking. But I never knew at the time that it was going to be a political shaking. Quite naturally, I live out here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm thinking earthquake, but it's political shaking. Now that we know that it's political shaking, then we have to continue to pray that maybe we can alter or redirect or delay what the enemy has planned for America. Just continue to pray. That's what I said the first time when I appeared on here with the Big Quake video. I said, corporately, let's come together and let's pray. That's what I suggested. And I think I even said that it could be some kind of political upheaval or crisis, because quite naturally I'm thinking earthquake, but I also knew that since he would not say earthquake, that it could represent something different, that it could just be symbolism for a different type of quaking. Okay, that's it for me. I'm really tired. Like I said, I just drove 6 hours just to get back home. And it was that 4th of July traffic, and I've just been beat down by this heat. I couldn't get a signal over there, but there was a lake. They didn't have a pool. They just had lakes all around the resort. So I did a lot of paddleboarding, floaties, that kind of thing, swimming in the lake. And we had a good time, just time with the wife and time with family. So it was good. So, but let's continue to pray about this election, what's going on with the politics in America, because God is speaking. God is speaking concerning the politics in America. And like I said, if he's speaking about the politics in America, it's because he has a choice. I'm not saying that I have a choice. I'm saying he has a choice. And I think I know who his choice is. If I'm connecting the dots right with some other dreams that he's given me, you'll be shocked. You'll be stunned to know what the choice is. And so I don't want to smoke, and I won't go into more detail unless he says, okay, release this. But anyway, I did want to come back on here and give you an update. The quake is in effect. And it actually happened 48 hours after I made the video, because he told me you don't have much time. And so I made the video on a Tuesday, and the quake happened on Thursday, 48 hours later. So I pray that God gives us eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to receive his word. So when he speaks, that we can govern our lives accordingly. Okay, that's it for me. God bless you. Until the next time.